What's up, everybody? It's Steve. Doing a response to Rip the Remix Nation. First of all, it was a freaking good documentary. Easily one of the best I've ever seen. And you should watch it if you haven't watched it. As for what they're talking about, copyright is something that's very complicated and has a lot of laws and stuff. But I think that with copyright, it's a matter of old people trying to keep their money and younger people just wanting to share everything. And that's the only reason why copyright's still around and people are getting sued for it and stuff. Like with Napster, the people are getting all mad, or got all mad, because people are taking their music without paying for it. But it should be that if you're an artist, you should be happy that people are just listening to your music or watching your movies or taking your pictures and putting them into something else. You shouldn't be in it for the money. Like the Metallica guy, it's talking in the interview, he's like, we have deep pockets and we'll go after you. But if you have deep pockets, then why does it matter if some people are taking your music for free? It's only a small amount of people. Other people are still paying for it, so what's the big deal? You know? Like, why do you have to go after every single person who downloads 2 or 3 songs? Like the one lady that lives in like a trailer and she downloaded 24 songs and she had to, they were trying to make her pay like $200,000. That's just messed up. That shouldn't happen. Because it's just because that it's not even the artists that are greedy, it's the record labels. The record labels want their money, and if they don't get their money, then they get mad and they go after the people who are taking their money from them. Not literally, but they're not paying for it, so they should go after them, I guess. And that's just not the way it should be. With copyright, it should be, if you want to copyright your material, then you can copyright it. But if you don't want to copyright it, then you should be able to just give it to anyone you want or do whatever you want with it. Like with Radiohead, they didn't care that people were taking their music videos and remixing them into different songs and different looking videos just because they liked people's creativity and they wanted to see what people would do with their stuff if they put it up on the internet. Like, they didn't at first have their music videos up, or they didn't have it all up, but then when they started seeing what people were doing with them, they put them all up to see what people would do with them, and people are creative and they mashed them up and remixed them and made them into something different, something unique, something that's all their own and not Radiohead's. They're just taking Radiohead's material and turning it into something that they created, and that's what should happen if the artist want it to happen. And it should be up to the artist, not up to the record labels. The record labels are just greedy. They're just greedy old men who sit behind a desk and count their Benjamins. Like, yes, I got money. But the artists, they're all, why? We have enough money. We play for the people. Well, except for Metallica, I guess. They just get pissed if you take their songs without asking or paying. But most artists would just be happy that people are listening and changing up their songs and doing something creative and actually listening to music and caring about music, because nowadays with the music that comes out, it's all voice synthesizers and just annoying music. I don't know. The one part that I found pretty funny was the Walt Disney part. Like, with the pictures on the wall, and they were going to take it down because the daycare or preschool, whatever it was not allowed to use it. I just found that hilarious. Like they're promoting your characters, like Mickey and Donald and Pluto and all them, and you want to take it down because they don't have the right to use it. That's it's kind of messed up because they're making kids like your character, and if they like your character, then they'll pay for the next Mickey movie or the next Disney movie just because they like the characters that are in the movie. But if you go after a daycare like that, then they'll stop liking your product and they won't buy it anymore. Or they won't want to put it up on their wall anymore. They won't like wearing Mickey shirts like that one kid had. And that's why Disney's, I don't know, Disney's just weird. Like the Beijing fake Disney. People are just trying to get around from having to deal with Disney, so they just mess around and put a little twist on what Disney World is or how people look at it. And the final thing that I want to talk about was the mashups and why they should be legal and not illegal or stuff like that. Like with the Girl Talk guy, he was doing amazing things with other people's work. And if most of those people aren't around anymore, or then why does it matter if he's using their stuff? They're not going to do anything about it. Yeah, maybe their families get pissed or something, but why? Why would you get pissed if he's taking Elvis and putting it with Black Eyed Peas or 50 Cent or whatever and creating this awesome song that everyone likes? Then why should he stop? Why should it be illegal? Like when they showed it to the copyright lady, she said it was amazing. She said it was awesome, but it was illegal. But if you think it's great, if you think it's amazing, then it shouldn't be illegal. I mean, music-wise, other things are amazing but illegal because they should be illegal. But this sort of thing, there's just no reason for it to be illegal. He's taking stuff and making his own. Just because it's someone else's. It's not someone else's once he's done mixing it and putting his fingerprint on it. And that's why, copyright should be for people who want to do it. If there are people who don't want to do it, then they shouldn't have to do it. And they should be able to use other people's non-copyrighted stuff. And I think if there are people who have the option to copyright something or not copyright something, then I think more people would not copyright something because they want to see what other people have or want to do with their stuff. So copywriting isn't that good.